What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 1-4-1 in the NHL, 3-4 in the NBA, and 5-5 in the MLB. So we had a bad day in the NHL, a bad day in the NBA, and a so-so day in the MLB. So we gotta really rebound in all the sports because this was a bad day for us, so we gotta rebound. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Blues are going to Vegas to face the Golden Knights. The Blues come in at 24-19-8, and the Golden Knights come in at 37-13-2. The last game for the St. Louis Blues, they lost 3-2 in a shootout versus the Anaheim Ducks, and for the Vegas Golden Knights, they won 3-2 in overtime versus the Minnesota Wild. And the likely starters for this game is Jordan Binnington for the St. Louis Blues and Robin Leonard for the Vegas Golden Knights. And the Vegas Golden Knights are a favorite in this one. Give me the Golden Knights to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Flyers going to Washington to face the Capitals. The Flyers come in at 23-7, and the Capitals come in at 34-14-5. The last game for the Philadelphia Flyers, they lost 7-3 versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, and for the Washington Capitals, they won 4-2 versus the New York Rangers. And the likely starters for this game is Brian Elliott for the Philadelphia Flyers and Vitek Vanacek for the Washington Capitals. And the Washington Capitals are a favorite in this one. Give me the Capitals to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Detroit Red Wings going to Columbus to face the Blue Jackets. The Red Wings come in at 18-27-9, and the Blue Jackets come in at 17-25-12. The last game for the Detroit Red Wings, they lost 2-1 versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, and for the Columbus Blue Jackets, they won 4-2 versus the Nashville Predators. And the likely starters for this game is Thomas Greiss for the Detroit Red Wings and Elvis Merzlikins for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the Columbus Blue Jackets are a favorite in this one. Give me the Blue Jackets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Dallas Stars going to Tampa Bay to face the Lightning. The Stars come in at 21-18-4. And the Lightning come in at 36-14-3. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Tampa Bay Lightning won 6-2. The likely starters for this game is Anton Khudobin for the Dallas Stars and Andrei Vasilevsky for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are a favorite in this one. Give me the Lightning to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Anaheim Ducks going to Minnesota to face the Wild. The Ducks come in at 17-30-7, and the Wild come in at 33-14-5. The last game for the Anaheim Ducks, they won 3-2 in a shootout versus the St. Louis Blues. And for the Minnesota Wild, they lost 3-2 in overtime versus the Vegas Golden Knights. And the likely starters for this game is John Gibson for the Anaheim Ducks and Cam Talbot for the Minnesota Wild. And the Minnesota Wild are a favorite in this one. Give me the Wild to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Colorado Avalanche going to Los Angeles to face the Kings. The Avalanche come in at 34-13-4, and the Kings come in at 21-24-6. The last game for the Colorado Avalanche, they lost 3-2 versus the San Jose Sharks, and for the Los Angeles Kings, they won 4-2 versus the Arizona Coyotes. And the likely starters for this game is Philip Grubauer for the Colorado Avalanche and Cal Peterson for the LA Kings. And the Colorado Avalanche are a favorite in this one. Give me the Avalanche to win this game on the road in Los Angeles. Next up, we have the Arizona Coyotes going to San Jose to face the Sharks. The Coyotes come in at 22-26-6, and the Sharks come in at 21-26-6. The last game for the Arizona Coyotes, they lost 4-2 versus the LA Kings, and for the San Jose Sharks, they won 3-2 versus the Colorado Avalanche. And the likely starters for this game is Darcy Kempfer for the Arizona Coyotes and Joseph Koshinash for the San Jose Sharks. And the Arizona Coyotes are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Sharks to win this game at home. And that does it for the NHL. Let's move on to the NBA. The Knicks are going to Phoenix to face the Suns. The Knicks come in at 37-29, and the Suns come in at 47-19, and the Phoenix Suns are a 6-point favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Knicks to win this game on the road in Phoenix. Next up, we have the New Orleans Pelicans going to Philadelphia to face the 76ers. The Pelicans come in at 30-36, and the 76ers come in at 45-21, and the Philadelphia 76ers are an 8.5-point favorite in this one. Give me the 76ers to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Boston Celtics going to Chicago to face the Bulls. The Celtics come in at 35-31, and the Bulls come in at 27-39. I'm gonna go with the Celtics here. Give me the Celtics to win this game on the road in Chicago. Next up, we have the Orlando Magic going to Charlotte to face the Hornets. The Magic come in at 21-45, and the Hornets come in at 32-34, and the Charlotte Hornets are a 9-point favorite in this one. Give me the Hornets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves going to Miami to face the Heat. The Timberwolves come in at 20-46, and the Heat come in at 35-31. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Heat to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Houston Rockets going to Milwaukee to face the Bucks. The Rockets come in at 16-50, and the Bucks come in at 42-24. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Bucks to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Dallas to face the Mavericks. The Cavaliers come in at 21-45, and the Mavericks come in at 38-28. This game will be tough for the Mavericks, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Cavaliers upset, but I'm still going with the Mavericks, so give me the Mavericks to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Denver Nuggets going to Utah to face the Jazz. The Nuggets come in at 44-22, and the Jazz come in at 48-18. What a game this is right here. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets. Give me the Nuggets to win this game on the road in Utah. Next up, we have the LA Lakers going to Portland to face the Trailblazers. The Lakers come in at 37-29, and the Trailblazers come in at 37-29, the same record. And this is another good game right here, and I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Trailblazers to win this game at home. And next up, we have the San Antonio Spurs going to Sacramento to face the Kings. The Spurs come in at 31-34, and the Kings come in at 29-37. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Kings to win this game at home. And that does it for the NBA. Let's move on to the MLB. The Diamondbacks are going to New York to face the Mets. The Diamondbacks come in at 15-16, and the Mets come in at 13-13. For the Arizona Coyotes, their last series, they got swept by the Marlins. They lost all 3 games against the Marlins. And for the New York Mets, they split their series against the Cardinals. They went 2-2 against the Cardinals. And the pitching matchup for this game is Zach Gallen for the Arizona Diamondbacks and David Peterson for the New York Mets. And the New York Mets are a favorite in this one. Give me the Mets to win this game at home, and give me the over 7.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates going to Chicago to face the Cubs. The Pirates come in at 13-17, and the Cubs come in at 15-16. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, their last series, they lost their series against the Padres. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Padres. And for the Chicago Cubs, they swept the Dodgers. They won all 3 games against the Dodgers. Good for the Cubs. And the pitching matchup for this game is Trevor Cahill for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Zach Davies for the Chicago Cubs. And the Chicago Cubs are a favorite in this one. Give me the Cubs to win this game at home. And again, I don't know why every Cubs game doesn't have the over-under. I don't know why every Cubs game doesn't have the over-under. Next up, we have the Boston Red Sox going to Baltimore to face the Orioles. The Red Sox come in at 19-13, and the Orioles come in at 15-16. For the Boston Red Sox, their last series, they won their last series against the Tigers. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Tigers. And for the Baltimore Orioles, they won their series against the Mariners. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Mariners. And the pitching matchup for this game is Eduardo Rodriguez for the Boston Red Sox and Matt Harvey for the Baltimore Orioles. And the Boston Red Sox are a favorite in this one. Give me the Red Sox to win this game on the road in Baltimore, and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Washington Nationals going to New York to face the Yankees. The Nationals come in at 12-15, and the Yankees come in at 16-15. For the Washington Nationals, they got swept by the Braves. They lost all 3 games against the Braves. And for the New York Yankees, they won their series against the Astros. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Astros. And the pitching matchup for this game is Patrick Corbin for the Washington Nationals and Jameson Taillon for the New York Yankees. And the New York Yankees are a favorite in this one. Give me the Yankees to win this game at home, and give me the under 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Reds going to Cleveland to face the Indians. The Battle of Ohio right here. The Reds versus the Indians. The Reds come in at 14-15, and the Indians come in at 17-13. For the Cincinnati Reds, their last series, they split against the White Sox. They went 1-1 against the White Sox. And for the Cleveland Indians, they swept the Royals. They won all 4 games. A 4-game set. They swept the Royals in a 4-game set. They won all 4 games against the Royals. And the pitching matchup for this game is Wade Miley for the Cincinnati Reds and Zach Plesac for the Cleveland Indians. And the Cleveland Indians are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Reds to win this game on the road in Cleveland, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Brewers going to Miami to face the Marlins. The Brewers come in at 17-15, and the Marlins come in at 14-16. For the Milwaukee Brewers, they got swept by the Phillies. They lost all 4 games against the Phillies. And for the Miami Marlins, they swept the Diamondbacks. They won all 3 games against the Diamondbacks. And the pitching matchup for this game is Brent Suter for the Milwaukee Brewers and Trevor Rogers for the Miami Marlins. And the Miami Marlins are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Brewers to win this game on the road in Miami, and give me the over 6.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Minnesota Twins going to Detroit to face the Tigers. The Twins come in at 11-19, and the Tigers come in at 9-23. For the Minnesota Twins, they lost their series against the Rangers. They lost 3 out of the 4 games against the Rangers. And for the Detroit Tigers, they lost their series against the Red Sox. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Red Sox. And the pitching matchup for this game is Matt Shoemaker for the Minnesota Twins and Tariq Skubal for the Detroit Tigers. And the Minnesota Twins are a favorite in this one. Give me the Twins to win this game on the road in Detroit, and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies going to Atlanta to face the Braves. The Phillies come in at 17-15. And the Braves come in at 15-16. For the Philadelphia Phillies, they swept the Brewers. They won all 4 games against the Brewers. And for the Atlanta Braves, they swept the Nationals. So both teams coming off sweeps against their opponents last time. The Atlanta Braves swept the Nationals in a 3-game set. And the pitching matchup for this game is Zach Eflin for the Philadelphia Phillies and Charlie Morton for the Atlanta Braves. And the Atlanta Braves are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Phillies to win this game on the road in Atlanta, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners going to Texas to face the Rangers. The Mariners come in at 17-15, and the Rangers come in at 16-17. For the Seattle Mariners, they lost their last series against the Orioles. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Orioles. And for the Texas Rangers, they won their series against the Twins. They won 3 out of the 4 games against the Twins. And the pitching matchup for this game is Chris Flexen for the Seattle Mariners and Mike Foltynewicz for the Texas Rangers. And the Texas Rangers are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Mariners to win this game on the road in Texas, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Chicago White Sox going to Kansas City to face the Royals. The White Sox come in at 16-13, and the Royals come in at 16-14. For the Chicago White Sox, their last series, they split their series against the Reds. They split their series against the Reds. They went 1-1 against the Reds. And for the Kansas City Royals, they got swept by the Indians. They lost all 4 games against the Indians. And the pitching matchup for this game is Carlos Rodon for the Chicago White Sox and Brad Keller for the Kansas City Royals. And the Chicago White Sox are a favorite in this one. Give me the White Sox to win this game on the road in Kansas City. And give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Toronto Blue Jays going to Houston to face the Astros. The Blue Jays come in at 16-14, and the Astros come in at 16-15. For the Texas Rangers, they split their series against the Athletics. They went 2-2 against the Athletics. They split 2-2. And for the Houston Astros, they lost their series against the Yankees. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Yankees. They won the final game, though, which is a bit of confidence right there for the Houston Astros. And the pitching matchup for this game is Ross Stripling for the Toronto Blue Jays and Jose Urquidy for the Houston Astros. And the Houston Astros are a favorite in this one. Give me the Astros to win this game at home and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Colorado Rockies going to St. Louis to face the Cardinals. The Rockies come in at 12-19, and the Cardinals come in at 18-14. For the Colorado Rockies, their last series, they won their last series against the Giants. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Giants. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, they split their series against the Mets. They went 2-2 against the Mets. And the pitching matchup for this game is Austin Gomber for the Colorado Rockies and Jack Flaherty for the St. Louis Cardinals. And the St. Louis Cardinals are a favorite in this one. Give me the Cardinals to win this game at home and give me the under 7.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the LA Dodgers going to Los Angeles to face the Angels. They're going to Anaheim to face the Angels. The Dodgers come in at 17-15, and the Angels come in at 13-17. For the LA Dodgers, their last series, they got swept by the Cubs. Whoa, the Dodgers got swept by the Cubs, what the heck? And for the LA Angels, they got swept by the Rays. Both teams coming off getting swept by their opponents. And the pitching matchup for this game is Julio Urias for the LA Dodgers and Griffin Canning for the Los Angeles Angels. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Dodgers to win this game on the road in Anaheim, basically. And give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Rays going to Oakland to face the Athletics. The Rays come in at 18-15, and the Athletics come in at 19-14. For the Tampa Bay Rays, they swept the Angels. They won all 4 games against the Angels. And for the Oakland Athletics, they split their series against the Blue Jays. They went 2-2 against the Blue Jays. And the pitching matchup for this game is Rich Hill for the Tampa Bay Rays and Sean Manaea for the Oakland Athletics. And the Oakland Athletics are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Rays to win this game on the road in Oakland and give me the over 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the San Diego Padres going to San Francisco to face the Giants. The Padres come in at 18-14, and the Giants come in at 18-13. For the San Diego Padres, their last series, they won their last series against the Pirates. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Pirates. And for the San Francisco Giants, they lost their series against the Rockies. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Rockies. And the pitching matchup for this game is Blake Snell for the San Diego Padres and Anthony Desclafani for the San Francisco Giants. And the San Diego Padres are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Giants to win this game at home and give me the under 7 runs in that game. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit me the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.